decimated by cuts and every other thing. And our soldiers are great people. These are great people, the military people. But the politicians are all talk, no action, not treating them right. So, we're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. We're going to build up our military. We're going to make it powerful and strong again. And by the way, we are going to take care of our vets. So, let's go back. So we have Carrier. And when I first came, and when I first, June 16th, who knew this was going to happen? Who knew this was going to happen? Bill O'Reilly last night on Fox, during a show, I mean, I was really greatly complimented. He said that what's happened with Donald Trump is the single biggest political event that he's witnessed and seen during his lifetime. I said, wow, that was pretty good. Even Jeffrey wouldn't say it. I mean, it was a big statement, and you know, I like Bill, but it was a big statement. It was an important statement. And what he meant by that is this is all a movement. No matter where we go to Alabama, we had 35,000 people. We had 25,000 in Orlando, 25,000 people all over. I mean, it's routine. If they say to me, like, sir, you have 10,000 people tonight, I said, that's a small crowd. What's wrong? What's wrong? We have tremendous crowds. We have by far the biggest crowds, far bigger than Bernie, by the way, far bigger. And Bernie is second, but now Bernie's over, I guess, right? It's over. It's over for Bernie. And really, I want to run against Hillary. I don't want to run against Bernie. I really want to run against crooked Hillary Clinton. We're gonna So here's what happens. So Carrier announced they're leaving Indianapolis. And this is so easy. You know, I have the best business leaders in the world. You saw the other night when I won New York, Carl Icahn, some of the greatest business people endorse me. And we'll use them to make our trade deals. These are the big, they don't want money, they want to do it. To them it's a chess game. And they love the country. But here's what happens. So Carrier announced 1,400 people, you get out, you're fired. Like The Apprentice, you're fired. And they say, we're moving to Mexico. We're moving to, just like that, we're moving to Mexico. Our government doesn't do anything about it. And the politicians won't because they're taken care of by special interests, so they won't do anything about it. It's all right, get them out. Look how fast our police work. Are they We love our police. Thank you. Boy, they were running him out. That's beautiful. I love it.
3 hours to get into a rally.
So what happens is our politicians do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Carrier leaves, and here's what I do. Now, my wife is constantly saying, darling, be more presidential. I just don't know that I want to do it quite yet, Jeffrey, because we have a job to do. I've got 2 leftovers. I have to finish that. Okay, we have to. And we're doing so good. And we have to be tough for a little while. And I'll be, at some point, I'm going to be so presidential that you people will be so bored. And I'll come back as a presidential person. And instead of 10,000 people, I'll have about 150 people. And they'll say, but boy, he really looks presidential. But you know, we have a very sad topic because we're talking about what's happened to our country. But we have a very happy topic also. Because, you know, believe it or not, let's make America great again. America first. All of these statements are positive statements. And the one I love is the one that's on all those beautiful hats, some red, some white, is a man, some hunter's cap, right? Make America great again. That's a positive message. That's a positive message. So I want to do Carrier myself because I love it. You know, I love working. I'm not a vacation guy, right? Like Obama, he plays golf in Hawaii. He flies in a 747. Spewing flies. Then he talks about the carbon footprint. He goes to Hawaii in a 747 for vacation. And then he comes back, has a news conference on the carbon footprint. I mean, give me a break, folks, okay? So, here's the story. I want to do Carrier. I know it's not presidential. I don't want to give it to Carl Icahn. I don't want to give it to these great business guys. They're the richest guys, the best negotiators. I don't want to give it to them. I love doing this stuff. I call up the president of Carrier. Highly, highly unprecedented, right? The president of the United States calling up an air conditioning company. But that air conditioning company abandoned 1,400 jobs in our country. And because our politicians are so stupid, they allow it to happen, and they've been talking about stopping it for 5 years. It's called corporate inversions. They don't even know what the words mean. So they've been talking about it for years. So here's what we do. I get them on the phone and I say, good luck, sir. Good luck with your new plant in Mexico. I hope you do fantastically. But as you know, you've terminated 1,400 people. And as you know, I don't like that. And as you also know, we now have a very strong border. We have a border where the Border Patrol men and women, who, by the way, last week endorsed me, 16,500 people endorsed me. And these are great people that aren't allowed to do their job. If they let them do the job, you still need the wall to stop the drugs and other things. But these are great people. They're not allowed to do the job. By the way, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, also from Arizona. So you know who the good one on the border. So I tell them, I say, here's the story. Enjoy your new plant. Enjoy the very, very hot weather. Because here's the story. When you sell a unit, you do an air conditioning unit. Every single unit that crosses our now very strong border. In other words, you have to go through a certain way. You don't just have it come across like we have now. Every unit coming across our border is going to be taxed at 35%. Now, believe me, I'm really good at this stuff. I'm so good at this stuff. I built such a great company. So here's the story. If you say it before they move, they're not going to move. They're not going to move. In other words, you tell them before they move. Don't tell them later. You go up to them and say, listen, you're moving. I'm so bad. What can we do? We want to keep you. No, we're moving. Oh, you're an arrogant guy, huh? Guess what? You move. But if you move and you make product in Mexico or wherever, every unit coming across the border is going to be taxed at 35%. Now, here's what's going to happen. If they have that conversation with Lion Ted Cruz or with Kasich, who nobody even knows who the hell he is. If they have the conversation with these guys, 100%, they move and that's the end. If they have the conversation with Hillary, guess what? It's going to be even worse. She won't even pick up the phone. Because what's going to happen is their lobbyists and their special interests will call the politicians and they'll say, you can't do that. This group gave you $1 million when you ran, and they're going to give you $1 million the next time you run. You can't do it. Let me tell you. In other words, they got it. Now they tell me, nothing. I won't take their call. I couldn't care less. So here's what's going to happen. And I like talking to them before they move. I would talk to them before they move. Because if it's before they move, they're going to say the following. They'll call me back within 24 hours, and they will say, Mr. President, sir, we've decided not to move the United States, okay? If they've already moved, they're going to try and undo that deal so fast, I guarantee you. And here's what happens. Maybe they can't come back. Maybe it's too late. But our country's going to make a lot of money, folks. We're going to make a lot of money, and we need the money. We have massive deficits. We owe $19 trillion, and that's the way it is. Now, on a larger basis, Ford Motor Company built Trump. Here come the police. Look at them go. I love these police. See, they're right in front of the You know, we had a couple of protesters. We had some protesters in New York before I made a speech. And the media went to them. And by the way, see the media? That is the most dishonest group of human beings. They are the most dishonest people. And that's what I like about protesters. They go around and they show the crowd, so I like it. So I like my protesters. But in New York,